It's longer time. Yay! Lager time. Poems, stories, and thoughts. By me, Paul Cree. Who else? Greetings, bonjour, what's happening? Welcome to Lager Time. My name is Paul Cree. Lager Time is my podcast where I share bits of writing that I'm working on, poems, stories, thoughts, and sometimes music. Tonight should be a quick one, just poems a day, no music. So last few weeks I've been sharing tracks off this EP, more 64s aboard them. I've done all 5 tracks now, so now I've really got to go and re-record the vocals, mix it all down, and then put the thing out. I've been talking about it for long enough now. So time to get lively and put that thing out there. Large up everyone who's listened and shared. I've been cutting the music as clips from the podcast and sharing some of those out and had some nice little feedback. So what's been happening this week? Drilling has been happening. Not like, yo, man's on drilling. Not that, like actual drilling. So our neighbours are getting an extension done. They're drilling every single day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I've been at home a lot more this week. And whilst as neighbours, yeah, you've got to be tolerant. You know, we had our bathroom done a few months ago. That would have been really noisy. But it's every day. And, you know, we have 3 dogs. 2 of them are miniature schnauzers. If you know schnauzers, they are little guard dogs. And they bark a lot at anything and everything. And one of ours, he's a big little schnauzer, a mini schnauzer. He's like super sensitive. So fortunately, my lager booth, Lager HQ, is situated down at the bottom of the garden, and we're on a hill, so I'm on a slope down here. So we're to a degree insulated from the sound. That means I've had to have the dogs in here with me most of the week. I love my dogs, but they're just restless, and I'm trying to get things done. You know, like being in here recording. I've been doing auditions for various different voice over gigs, you know, and like it takes time, and I need quiet as much as that's possible. But I've been cracking on. I've been busy, mate, doing this and that. I've also been working on the Dream Arts rep show this year. What we do when we can't dance. It's the 5th show that I've worked on. Now, I previously mentioned that's a project I've worked on for a long time, 4.5 years. But at Christmas, I stepped down as the project co-lead, and I've just sort of sat back and I'm just working on the script and the music, where I was also heavily involved in the running of that project, which is a lot of it's delicate work because you're working with quite vulnerable young people, and the art side of it is merely one side to it. There's a lot more than that, and it's a great job. So I've handed over the reins to a man like Alfie O'Neill, and he's more than capable. But, you know, I'm still writing, so there's been lots of rewrites this week. That show is about to starts on tour next month. It's going to Exeter, Northcote. Then in May, comes back to London. Then in July, it goes to somewhere in the Midlands, which I can't remember, and then comes back to London again. So there's loads to do on that. So it's keeping me busy. So tonight, just poems. And there's quite a few of them, but 2 of them are about young people, funnily enough. Oh, a quick couple of large ups as well, just before I get into the poems. Large up, Nigel Emsley, the N in the KND. I had a nice little chat on Instagram with Nigel the other day. Not spoke to him for a long time. Nigel, I know from back in Crawley. Him and Dean Hewins, aka Boogaloo D, I've known for a long time. KND was They were DJs, and then they ran parties, and then they did clothes, and I did quite a lot of stuff with them back in the day. Had a lot of good memories, a lot of good times. Also, large up Exit. Exit is a rapper from Bedford. Myself and Conrad Murray, we worked on a project up in Bedford a couple of years ago doing beatboxing in schools. Exit was a local rapper that came and worked with us, a lovely guy. He is a machine in terms of putting out music. He's put out so much music, it's unbelievable. Like, I'm talking about this EP, which is 5 tracks, and it's taking me about 3 years. I'm so slow. He is like, has an impressive back catalogue. But he also has a radio show every week on Bedford Radio, and he's played a couple of my tracks on there. So large him up. Okay, so let's get down to business. Couple poems. So there's 4 this week. So I found another file. If you've been listening every week, last week I found a file of edited poems. This week I found another one. Well, I didn't find it. I knew it was there. I just hadn't bothered looking at it. This one's on my phone. And these ones were mainly written year before last. Okay, so this one's got no name. Actually, none of them have got names. But we'll see how we get on. Health and safety man is delivering the barely disguised bollocking by keeping his tone flat. Each word like a punctuating index finger prodding a shoulder. Posture straight and eyes direct on our boys. Probably how he's been trained. His boss stands behind him. It's for your safety, he says. We need to keep you safe, he says. In an impressive move, he aims at our lads, with the ricochets hitting the climbing instructor at the top of the abseiling tower and me as the adult in charge of the accused. He looks confident. Perhaps he'd been waiting for this moment. What health and safety man seems unaware of is these boys will barely understand him, are as agile as anyone he'll ever meet, and grew up on another continent, running freely up and down trees for fun, sometimes for dinner. At their young ages, they've already escaped death multiple times. This is meant to be some fun for them. I'd not even got round the corner looking at the schedule, and they'd climbed that tower like there was fruit at the top racing each other up. Probably broke some records. The ropes and safety equipment merely spectated, coiled up on the floor as redundant and health and safety man's hubris. The finger still prods. Boys look confused. Their concept of health and safety, insurance, litigation and liability is about as thin as this guy's disguise for their care. Just remember, guys, it's for your safety, he says for the 4th, maybe 5th time. Health and safety man walks off with his boss. The instructor looks embarrassed. One of the boys turns to me, smiles, and shrugs his shoulders. Yeah, there's a true story that. We'd taken one of the groups I work with, we'd taken them to an activity centre, which is probably aimed at more younger children. These guys are all like between sort of 15 and 20. They just flew around everything, like all the various different activities. It was, like Lego for them. It was too easy. All right, here we go. A little bit of transport poetry. When there's major rail disruption, information becomes the gold bullion in a global recession. As the speaker came to life with a breath and a crackle, the whole carriage froze. Then sighed, as the sound was completely inaudible. Nothing infuriates me more. That's what it says. Don't know what else to say about that. It is really irritating though. Sometimes it's like the speaker system is bad, but other times they're just mumbling. London, Victoria. and you're desperate for any crumb of information. And they're the holders of the information, but they're not delivering the message. It's like the American paper boys you see in films who just ride along on their bike and chuck the paper into the lawn. They don't deliver it into the letterbox. All right, let me just take a swig of this drink. This one does have a name. The director. I don't remember writing this one, so I don't know who I was thinking about at the time. He's just another one of them. Speaks in ambiguous sentences that loosely point in the direction of societal acceptability and higher virtues. In many eyes, he looks good, sounds good, scans good, so they seek his tongue like autograph hunters at a stage door. If you listen closer, though, you soon realize he's just another one of them. Those loosely defined terms that spice his speech are like an overloaded wardrobe packed with complex theories and ideologies. So when you break bread with these types, you tacitly agree to store all those old clothes you never asked for and now have to wear. Question for this guy is, does he know this himself? Many don't, and he's not that smart. Not as smart as he maybe thinks. After all, he's just another one of them. All right, couple more, and then we're done. Again, no name on this one, but I do remember writing this. Was at work one day talking about India, when a person with skin as pale as mine, an accent as English as mine, told me I shouldn't say Bombay. It's Mumbai, she said. Okay, I said. If Mumbai is the name, then Mumbai it is. I have no horse in that race, I said. Why are you talking about horses? She said. Meanwhile, at home, my in-laws, with brown skin and Indian accents, often speak of Bombay, of family, memories, streets, districts, music, the language, the traffic, old jobs and the rainy seasons. They often visit to see family. Mumbai is the name they use for the airport. Okay. One more and then we're done. I must say, I am enjoying this. In regards to putting some of this stuff together, I'm still not any closer to working out where I'm going to go, but I am meeting someone next week who's hopefully going to give me some advice as to what I can do, or I'm trying to seek it out anyway. Okay, so last one is on the theme of young people. Found this one, don't remember writing it, but I thought, yeah, that's quite nice. If you work with young people, you work with their abilities, qualities, skills, hang-ups, esteem, past, present, future, families, housing, traumas, scars, social workers, key workers, teachers, hormones, phone addictions, AirPods, earphones, vapes, social life, hunger, sleep habits, and you try to get them to turn up on time for whatever little project you're doing. If you manage to achieve that, taking into account all of the above, depending on their mood, you can make a positive impact, however big or small, whether they know it or not. That's it. That's it, mate. I'll be back soon enough next week. Hope you have a lovely weekend. Peas and taters. Paul.
It's longer time. Yay!
Lager time. Poems, stories and thoughts. By me, Paul Cree. Who else?